Hey everyone, it's Mari. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I have a 12 by 12 scrapbooking project to share with you today for the JustNick digital cut file design team. And I'm going to be working with one of Nicole's really awesome background cut files. And this one is called the screen background, and I've cut it down quite a bit. I had originally printed it in 12 by 12, and then I just cut a piece of it off, and I'm just gonna go with this vertical strip. And I've sprayed this vertical strip with a bunch of mists in pink, blues and greens and yellow. And now what I'm going to do is take a piece of white cardstock, and I'm just going to use the packaging technique on it with some of those same colors that I used in the mists. And this time I'm just using some Distress Oxide inks in, I think I'm going to use Cracked Pistachio here, Tattered Rose, Fossilized Amber, maybe some peacock feathers as well. And I'm just going to make kind of a vertical strip on this paper in the same way to back that cut file. I'm going to cut this paper down eventually. So what I'll do is I'll adhere that cut file over top of the white paper. I'll just glue that down, and then I'll cut off the excess white paper so that it's just an independent strip that I'm going to end up adhering onto another piece of paper. So you can just see me creating that mixed media background there behind my cut file. The mists that I used were Heidi Swap Butter, Heidi Swap Color Shine Mint to Be, I think, or no, Sweet Mint. And I also used some shimmers, Jenny Be Blue and Sweetheart, as my mist colors for this cut file piece. And I just put that inside of a cardboard box and sprayed it. I didn't show that on camera because I find that I don't really have space between my camera and my desk to properly film that. And it's just a really easy process to spray that. Now you can see that I've adhered that all down now to another piece of white cardstock. I'm going to take a strip of this yellow pattern paper from Pink Paisley Pick Me Up, and I'm going to just use my border punch, my Stampin' Up! Border punch, which is that notebook punch. I'm going to cut a strip of that, and I'm going to use that on each side of my cut file. So you can see how this vertical layout is being established here. I'm going to just adhere that down. Just want to make sure that that's straight at both the top and the bottom. I am notorious for putting things on my layouts crooked. And I just want to make sure that's straight, and then I will adhere down this strip. Now I wanted to give this a little bit of dimension, I believe. I'm trying to remember. Yes, I'm pretty sure I popped this up with some craft foam. I'm just going to trim off each end a little bit with my Tim Holtz guillotine trimmer, just so that that's exactly the same length as my cardstock that I'm adhering that to. I'm just going to take some of this craft foam, like I said, and I am going to get that on there. And I stick that down. Once I've got that secured on there, I'm just going to take that other strip that I've cut and put that on the other side. And just going to straighten that up a little bit, make sure I've got that on there properly. And I'm liking how that's looking. Now I wanted to put this over to the right a little bit because I am going to do some embellishing on the left side of this vertical strip. So I'm going to take a bunch of the die cut bits and pieces from the Pick Me Up collection, and I'm going to just create some little banner and tag layers over there to the side. Now that top pink tag, I just took a piece of the 6x6 paper from the collection, and I cut that tag with one of my favorite things dies. And you'll just see me just creating and embellishing that little cluster area. Now I wanted to offset my photographs just by putting them on an angle here with each other. And I've printed these photos kind of really long and skinny, long and narrow, because I wanted that, to go with that sort of like that vertical look. And So I'm going to just pop those up on a little bit of craft foam, and then I'm going to adhere those down with some liquid adhesive. I'm using some Tombow Mono adhesive. I'm just putting that on top of there so that it will, actually stick down. But, you actually have to leave it sitting there longer than a few seconds to make that work. So I am going to try to figure out what I want to do in between those two photographs. I decided that I wanted to use a little bit of the chipboard, and I really wanted to bring more yellow into that area there. So I'm going to add that little chipboard lemon piece there with a little bit of floral on it. Now I want to use a couple of these rub-ons as well, and just try to get some of these things used up from this collection. I have a lot of this collection to use. I love it, but I need to get using it up. So I'm going to try to use some of these rub-ons, and I'll put that little floral piece above those tag embellishments there, and just kind of try to create a little bit more interest and detail to that left side of the photo layers. And I'm going to use another one there that says cheers on it, and I'll add that just down in a little bit lower spot. Love these rub-ons, they're so great. They go on so well, just so smooth and perfect. I love them. And this one says cheers. So what the photographs are of here is Bailey's bachelorette party. Her bridal party took her up to Waskesiu, to the national park there. And they went to Elkridge and they rented a cabin. They had lots of fun. They had a really fun weekend. And this is just a couple of pictures that they sent me of Bailey. The one is they kind of had her dressed up in like a tutu and a veil, and then the bottom photograph is her popping a bottle of the cork of a bottle of champagne. I think they had a really great time. So I was grateful that they sent me these pictures. So now you can see that I've just done some more embellishing. I've added some of the haberdashery, sequins, and little bits here and there. And I added a chipboard title piece that says friendship there. You can just see I'm pushing on it there to the side. And really, I guess that's what this was all about, was friendship and them celebrating a special time together. So I just wanted to document this with this layout. I'm going to take some of the puffy stickers and just kind of splatter those around here and there, and try to get some more of the chipboard onto the layout as well. And you'll just see me kind of sticking some of those different pieces down in those different areas. I am going to just continue with this, just putting things here and there on the layout, and then I am going to do a few splatters. And the layout is going to be basically just about finished. So I really love, like I said before, this green background cut file. Nicole has a lot of background cut files in her shop, and there's so many cool things that you can do with those background cut files. You can cut them down, you can cut them into a shape, you can leave them as is and use them as an entire background for your layout. There's a lot of different things you can do. I like backing these with a little bit of mixed media because you can just see the mixed media behind there, and it just adds a little bit of interest behind the cut file details. And I really thought that it was neat to use those mists on this cut file as well. It's just a neat way to colorize it in a custom color palette that goes with whatever collection it is that you're using in your layout. The rest of your layout. Just gonna add a little bit of liquid adhesive to that chipboard, and I am eventually going to go around and do that to all of the chipboard on the layout just to make sure that it stays stuck. And I'm going to go around the edges of my layout with a little bit of Distress Oxide ink and fossilized amber, just to make the edges of the layout a little bit more dominant and frame the layout in a little bit. And then I'm going to add some splatters of Sweetheart and Color Shine in gold, and that will be the layout for today. I am going to leave a link in the description box below to JustNick digital cut file shop. Make sure you hop over there and check it out. We always have blog entries every day of the week, and so if you want to check out the blog as well and see all of the inspiration over there by the creative team, see what everybody's up to and all of the interesting things people are doing with these cut files. They are amazing. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it, guys. And make sure you stick around for some still shots of the layout that are coming right up. And I will see you another time on my channel. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.